The state would like the court to take judicial notice that Mr. Hurst is present in court today, and a copy of the state's petition was sent to him via email.
So noted.
We have a partial agreement on this suit affecting a parent-child relationship, with the only issues to be contested are the retroactive child support and visitation. I'll read the agreed portions. Parties are in agreement for the mother to be named sole managing conservator and the mother to designate the child's residence within the Dallas and contiguous counties. Child is currently on the government plan. Father is not working, so minimum wage was used to calculate support. Father has no other minor children. Child support to be set at $209 a month, beginning February 1st, 2025. Medical support to be set at $113, beginning February 1st, 2025. Parties are in agreement that there has been family violence between the two of them in the last 2 years. And the father is interested in being ordered into the Choices program. Ms. Jada, can you please state your full name?
Jada Clanton Landrum.
Name and ages of your child or children.
Carson Terrell Hurst, 3 years.
Ma'am, the agreed portions that I read, are they still your agreements?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you believe they're in the best interests of your child?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you asking the court to accept those agreed portions?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, are you comfortable with your phone number and address being in today's court order?
Yes, ma'am. He's already aware of the address, so yes, ma'am. But anything further after this, no, ma'am. Like if we were to move locations.
Okay, so you're asking for a non-disclosure of your address only.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and you're okay with your phone number being available to the other party, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You're requesting retroactive child support from August 2021 through present period, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
In the amount of $8,778. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. I think that's what you calculated.
Okay. And would you be in agreement for him to repay that at $94 a month beginning February 1st, 2025?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, has the father assisted you financially during that period?
I have the payments in which he has, and partially, not what we verbally agreed on, but I do have the times he did and the paper trail of that, the way he sent it, which was via Apple Pay.
Okay, and can you tell me that amount, please?
Oh, I'm sorry. I can actually, let me add that up for you. I have them, I'm sorry, I have them written down on a piece of paper here, and I was adding those numbers up right quick. That'll be about $920 from everything, including the last payment, which was August 8th of $50.
Would you be in agreement to give him credit for the $920 that he
Yes.
has given you?
Yes, ma'am, we can.
So would you be in agreement for the child support judgment to be $7,858 a month? I'm
Yes.
sorry, $7,858.
Yes, ma'am.
And would you be in agreement for him to repay that at $80 a month?
Yes, ma'am, that's fine.
Okay. Are you in agreement with the father to have standard possession visitation? That's Fridays from 6 p.m. to Sundays, 6 p.m.
No, ma'am, just because of the history of the violence that comes along with unless they're supervised, I'm okay with supervised visits through like, if there's a center we can meet at, I'm 100% fine with that, but it hasn't been able to be regulated and mediated outside of the courts or anything. So I'm not comfortable doing that.
So you want supervised visits?
Because yes, ma'am, but only if they're like through, like if there's a government center or somewhere that we can meet at, because no one else outside of like the government workers, nobody's like more powerful than him or stronger than him. And previously stated before, he'll tell you like, oh, people, nobody can stop me if I want to. And my mother has been kind of looked over. His mother is also, I don't think she'll mediate if anything, because she was there from our last violent incident, and she at the time was no help to the situation or anything like that.
Okay, let's take a step back and discuss the violent incident. Was the violent incident against the child?
In December 2023, the incident was against me because he did not want to turn the child back over, and I was not willing to leave without my kid. He wasn't willing to turn the child back over, and that was the time he punched in my sternum, choked me, and slammed my head into the wall. His mother was there for everything as well. There's a police report from that out of Waxahachie, and I have the report number for that. Another time I can get you the date for this, came to our house where our son resides while he was there, and bent our doorknob, attempting to get in the house at me, broke our fence, broke our neighbors' fences as well at the child's residence where he lives.
And was this the incident where he pulled the gun?
On December 10th, 2023 is that incident. We're at his mother's house. So we've had incident that was at his mother's apartment in Waxahachie, and then the incident prior, I'm sorry, it was two incidents in like, I want to say like June, where he had come to the house before and jumped the fence in the backyard to get to me, even though I was not home. And then he left and later came back about maybe 2 hours later while me and my son were there, and broke our doorknob, broke our fence, and broke our neighbor's fence while me and the child were there. So incidents have happened in both of our parents' homes.
And you said you have police reports for these incidents?
Yes, ma'am. I also have.
That's fine.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's fine. For the supervised visits, would you be comfortable in having them in a public place?
Where do they typically like? Is there like an example of where they would be?
A park by your house.
No,
somewhere.
ma'am.
Let me intervene here for a moment. I need to know specifically, Ms. Clanton Landrum, how he's a danger to his children. If exchanges are the issue, we can pick an exchange location like a police department. If you can give us an address, we can put that in there for y'all to meet at a police department for exchanges. Or if it's that you don't want him to be alone with the kid, then I need to know that specifically. So if you can answer or explain which of those two things you're asking for, the exchange issue or the visitation issue as well.
During the exchanges, I'm not worried about my son getting hurt. He just he gets upset. He will keep my son and attempt to not give him back. That is the issue. And then his girlfriend is not on the case, but she's also made threats towards me, and I believe that they reside together as well. And I have proof of her also coming to my house saying she was going to take my son from me. My son's father, Mr. Hurst, he did not come with her that day she came, but she came with intent to take my son from me. So I don't know if I don't feel like that's safe for him to be with her or be around like that with her. I don't mind him singing because so far my son hasn't really been hurt. He did, the last time he saw him August 2nd, fall and bust his head to the bone right here. And he did have to go to the ER for that. He was in his possession or custody, I'm sorry. But it's just more so of giving the child back.
We're fixing all that because we're going to do an order as to when it starts and ends.
Okay.
So, and then as far as other people are concerned, unless you have direct evidence of this anybody else or Mr. Hurst when the child, and other than it being an accident, I can't do anything about that. So I can't limit him from being with other people. He's
Right.
supposed to keep his child safe. So
Right.
is the main issue exchanges?
Yeah, and me being in my safety.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Ms. Etty, did you have other questions?
No, Your Honor, I'm ready to pass this witness.
Okay.
Thank you. Mr. Hurst, can you please state your full name?
Derek Nurse.
Sir, I understand that the child support arrears and visitation is still an issue, and we'll come back to that. But the other agreed portions that I read earlier, are those still your agreements?
Yes, I just want visitation.
Okay, let's start with the agreements first. Do you believe the agreed portions are in your child's best interest?
No,
You don't believe the agreed portions?
no,
Okay, so they're not your agreements anymore.
no,
Okay. Sir, are you in agreement to the mother being named sole managing conservator in this matter?
yes,
Are you in agreement with her designating the child's residence in the Dallas and contiguous counties?
yes,
Are you in agreement that your child is on the government medical plan?
yes,
Are you in agreement that you're not currently working?
yes,
And you would like the court to order you into the Choices program, correct?
yes, ma'am.
Child support was calculated using the minimum wage standard since you're not working, and that sets child support at $209 beginning February 1st, 2025. Are you in agreement with that?
Yes,
Cash medical is set at $113 beginning February 1st, 2025. Are you in agreement with that?
yes,
Are you in agreement that there's been family violence in the last 2 years between you and the other party?
yes,
And there has been an incident or incidents where there was a police report. Is that correct?
yes,
Okay. Retroactive child support was calculated between August 2021 and today, January 8th, 2025, at $8,778. And the mother's giving you credit for $920 for financial support you've given during that period. That brings your amount to $7,858. Are you in agreement for that retroactive child support?
no,
Have you given her financial support during that time, other than the 920 she's listed?
yes.
And can you tell me how much you've given her?
Um, no, I really can't calculate it.
Do you have any receipts to establish?
No, not anymore.
Can you give a ballpark figure of what you think you've given?
It's been more than 8,000. I can tell you that.
You've given her more than $8,000 in financial support and money.
I haven't given it to her, but I've supported.
How much money have you given her between August 2021 and today, January 8th, 2025?
I've never given her anything. I recently just started giving her money, and that's
Okay.
the $900.
The $920
Yes,
that she stated earlier.
yes,
Okay. Sir, for visitation, are you asking for a standard possession?
yes. Weekends.
Okay. And you heard that the mother is requesting for supervised visitation?
No,
You didn't hear her say that?
yes, yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Okay. Why do you feel that supervised visitation is not appropriate in this matter?
Because my son, he's always safe with me. It doesn't matter what's going on. I've never put him in harm's way with anybody. I don't feel like it's necessary at all.
You are in agreement with the mother having a non-disclosure of her address going forward?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay. Pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Clanton Landrum, I don't know where you live, so if you can pick a police station near where you live for the exchanges.
We can
Give us an
pick one in
address.
we can pick one in the middle if that's easier, because I believe
I'm not asking you to meet in the
okay,
middle.
within the nearest police station to me is going to be the DeSoto police station on Beltline in
Give us
DeSoto.
the address.
Uh-oh. Let me get that for you. It's gonna be 714 East Beltline Road.
Okay. All right. So the parts y'all agreed to are all fine with me. If you didn't give Miss Clanton Lander money, then you don't give her anything really, other than the 920. That's all you're gonna get credit for. If you don't remember, then that doesn't really help me either. So you owe $7,858 of back child support that you did not give to her. That's what the support is we're talking about. That's to be paid at $80 a month. We're doing standard visitation. I'm not doing supervised visitation, standard visitation. The only modification we're making is that y'all are going to exchange the child at the DeSoto police station. So on Friday nights, y'all will meet there, and then on Sunday nights, you will meet there. That hopefully will prevent y'all from having any other family violence issues, because the police are going to be right there if there's a problem. You do have to, of course, return the child and bring the child when at those times. You don't have an option after today, because now we have a court order. Might be helpful to also have a copy of the court order with you when y'all are doing the exchanges so that you have that proof there, and go from there. Hopefully that will solve that problem. Of course, both of y'all are required to make sure your child is safe. And so if there's anybody else that's unsafe to be around the child, of course, you got to make sure that the child is safe. You cannot make your own rules on the visitation unless y'all both agree. It doesn't sound like y'all have agreements on that. So for now, it'd be best to follow the schedule. So Ms. Hurst, that means you got to bring the child back, even though you may not like that. On Sunday nights, you got to bring the child back.
That's fine.
The Attorney General's office will put that all in a court order. I urge y'all to read it so that you understand what it says and what you're supposed to be doing. Any questions you may have will be answered there in that court order probably, and that'll be it. All right, y'all are done with court. You can press leave on the Zoom to exit out. Thank you.
So who do we ask questions to?
Read the order.